Hello. It is me, Rory Paddock, 4 picks from the paddock.co.uk, being broadcast to you live, just gone 12:40, with 3 selections that I like the look of this Wednesday, all currently at massive double-figure odds. So without further ado, what I want to do is I want to bring up the race cards, 2 horses from Carlisle and 1 from Naas later on today. If I bring up those race cards, I'll be able to run through the 3 selections that I think you should be popping your money on for each way punters this Wednesday afternoon. So if I bring that up there for you. There we go. And the first selection that I like the look of comes in the 3:30 at Carlisle. Now, the current favourite there is 9-2 Bill Hilly for Charlie Fellows. Has a decent chance. Obviously, has done very little wrong in 3 starts. List term, 2 wins and a second. But with 16 runners, you have to look for a horse with a bit of value. And I am going to side with the horse who's actually won this race previously. Now, the infamous silks that we'll be able to see here of the blue with the orange epaulets, Midland Park, have not 1, you can see Star Shield there, not 2, House of Black, but 3 in the form of Warif. Now, to see course and distance next to a horse's name, obviously it's a positive, but it depends on what venue. Here at Carlisle, it's a relatively fair track, and it doesn't mean as much as it perhaps would at somewhere such as, personally, I think Southall on the all-weather, I think that's a massive telling factor. Or maybe Catterick is also another place where if you've got decent course form, it counts for a lot. That being said, I think Warif, what is, in the bookies' eyes, the outsider of the 3 Midland Park horses, has an absolutely fantastic chance. And at what is now 33-1, it was backed into 18s, it then drifted out to 40s, but that was too big and it's back to 33s. I think Warif has a really strong chance. Certainly much better than the price suggests. The horse, albeit an 8-year-old, is unbeaten here at Carlisle. Never been beaten, never lost here at this venue. Now, prior to the horse's last race as well, which was over a furlong too long, that was over 1 mile 1, so I'm quite happy to ignore that run. Prior to that, though, the horse hadn't competed in a Class 4 race since winning this race all the way back in 2018. That is 30 runs ago. The horse is also 11 pounds below its last winning mark, and I think this horse could have potentially been plotted for another Carlisle success. Get on 33-1. If the horse is that price come the off, I will be shocked. Warif, each way bet, 3:30 at Carlisle. That is my first of 3 selections this afternoon. Now, moving on, we've gone from the 3:30. We don't have to wait long. It's in the next race at the same venue, the 4:05, also at Carlisle. Now, this is a 1 mile 3 furlong. It's the Cumberland Plate Handicap, another Class 4 contest. And if I can bring that up there for you guys, we'll be able to see that Tricorn is aiming to make it a staggering, I think, 5th win on the trot. Ian Jardine's horse, it's hard to really argue against, but I think Colony Queen also makes a serious play for this, as does Crusoe Simrag from James Evans. But the horse that I do like the look of at a price further down the race card, number 5, Samim, is another runner that is taking, as with the other selection, that's taking a drop in class. And Saying that last victory for Samim came over this 1 mile, 3 furlong trip. It's perhaps easy to forget this horse on its day has competed at group level and is also a listed winner. I just think, considering the yard that it represents now with Sim Easterby, I think 12-1 is way too big. And again, for those looking for an each-way punt, I think you can't really argue that Samim makes a lot of sense, especially over this sort of like middling 1 mile, 3 furlong trip. The horse absolutely loves it. Yeah, bring it on. Samim at 12-1 in the 405 at Carlisle. Now, last and by certainly no means least, we head over to Ireland, where we take in what will be the third race on the card. It's the 5:30. It's a 6 furlong handicap. 17 are set to go to post. Obviously, a massive cavalry charge. You got the likes of War Hero, that's the current market favourite. Muscle Sal, again, both of which did well to win last time. All of which hold serious claims. But I'm going to go with a horse that's attracted a lot of support in the betting. Is also another course and distance winner. This time with the 8-year-old Baby Power. Now, Baby Power, as we can see through the form figures, it has a fantastic record here at Naas. Bring up the horse's form there. We'll be able to see that the horse it's finished 5th of 19 in a better race, has won here on decent ground. A couple of times it's won a 15-runner handicap, it's won a 19-runner handicap. He's ended up basically producing 2 wins from just 4 starts here at Naas, both of which came on decent ground. One of which came with Gavin Ryan on board. The jockey absolutely loves this horse, gets on really well with it. Gary Calderwell, a slightly smaller trainer, that's probably why you end up with a bit of a better price. But this horse loves it here, and it's 16-1. The money's already spoken. It's gone from 25s down to 20s, down to 18s, and now sits at 16-1. Decent draw in stall 9, surrounded by some of the bigger players as well that are more that are higher up in terms of the bookies thinking it's got a better chance. But Baby Power, the money's talked, and hopefully we can get a decent double figure price there at 16-1, especially if any of the bookies are paying the first 5. So before I let you go, I've got to bring up my 3 selections for today. These are for Wednesday, the 23rd of June. They are as follows. We've got Warif in the 3:30 at Carlisle, Samim in the race after in the 4:05, and Baby Power in the 5:30 at Naas. Those are my 3 each-way selections for the action today, this afternoon. Obviously, all of which are each way. Fingers crossed, good luck, and as always, any likes, comments, and shares, very much welcome. Good luck if you follow.